okay. I was like, oh my gosh. And are you going to record it?
You'll see it.
Ah, okay. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. So we're calling this the FICA podcast midweek, right? Lily,
Midweek
good
fight.
morning, Lily. Mwah. Or
Good morning.
good evening. Good evening.
We're so used to being on in the morning.
Right. We're so used to being on Sunday mornings, and then we just started doing midweek, right?
So we're going to call this midweek FICA.
Yes.
See, that's how
Yeah.
we do. We just make it up as we go.
We just make it up as we go. So would you like to tell everyone who is on this today?
Pastor Tufuli,
Oh.
who we got to, when he gets on, we need to thank him for coming
Larry, hi Larry.
on short notice. And when we say short notice, we mean
short
really
notice.
short notice, as in hours.
Yes. Brother Larry Duenas is on.
Mm-hmm.
Lilia Falo Fapoli. Hi Lilia. Alene Malai, good morning or good afternoon. Happy Thursday. Like I'm used to saying good morning.
It's going to be a long time before we break that habit.
Yeah. So, hey everybody, we are waiting for Pastor Tufuli, who is going to come on and tell us everything about him. Hi, Laura.
Yeah. So the new pastor at the Samoan Congregational Church of Jesus Christ in Daly City.
In Daly City on Sherwin. We've been doing a morning prayer meeting. Naomi. Hi, Omi. We've been doing prayer group every morning at 6 a.m. And so we've been doing it with Pastor Tufuli and First Lady Audrey. Tuffy, good morning or good afternoon. Happy Thursday. I don't know why I keep saying good morning.
Because
hey Neo, boyfriend. Ooh, boyfriend.
Hot Siva guy.
Hot Siva. Hot Siva, if you don't know, is every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m.
What's up, Brother Neo?
It's Brother Neo. You have to follow the Neo Show. Neo Show at 9 a.m. And he does light aerobics and stretching. And he does it to island music or Pacific Islander artists. And so we're just hanging out. Hey, Lena Manuleleua.
Good evening, Lena.
Good evening, Lena.
Hey, they've got one right.
Yes, good evening. Good evening, Lilia. Follow Fapoli. So Lilia is on, and her dad was one of the founders of the church that Pastor Tufuli is now the pastor at. And so I don't want to say too much because I want to wait till he gets on because I have so much to say.
I know there's things that in the short time that we've known him that I saw weren't on his bio that he sent.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about a Renaissance man that's done
oh my gosh,
everything. I don't even know that we can cram it all in an hour. We might have to have him back.
We're going to cram it in because I'm going to get it in there. But I love these midweek interviews because you and I are both at home and then we get to bring everybody in. Tina Sione. Hey, Tina. What's up, girl? We're from Maury. Hi, Maury. Maury is pretty hot there on TikTok. Y'all need to go follow Maury on TikTok. She is the dancing machine. Her and her team. Pep Malepe. Hi, Pep. We're just waiting on Pastor Tufuli, who's going to log on any minute. Today's topic, we're talking to Pastor Tufuli about his journey. He also used to be a police officer, so we'd love to hear his opinion or how he feels about what's going on with Black Lives Matter situation, what's going on with the police and Black Lives Matter and people of color. So that's a good topic. And also COVID-19, how he's hanging in with COVID-19. So we're just going to see. Let me see where he's at.
I remember when I lived in Hawaii, there was a big sovereignty movement. And so there would be protests with Hawaiians,
Right.
and the officers that would respond were Hawaiian too.
Yes.
So I think there's a story that needs to be told with Black officers, African American officers that are responding to protests
Hmm.
that may believe in the movement, but they still have a job to do, because that was
Right.
in Hawaii with the sovereignty movement. People were talking about, well, you're Hawaiian. Why are you here to uh, break up the protest? And
Right.
they still have families to feed and they still have a job to do.
Yes.
Underappreciated aspect of what's going on.
Maury said, let's do a TikTok. Yes, girl, do it. If you don't know, I'm on TikTok. I'm having fun. I haven't been on because I'm back to work now. So Rhoda Samoa. Hi, Rhoda. Mwah.
Good
Thank you
evening.
for tuning in. We're going to ask you to share the podcast. We're just waiting on Pastor Tufuli, which he's not late. We got on early. So Tuffy was, oh yes, we answered Tuffy. Who else is on here? Thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate it. Hi, Laura.
Is it Laura Martinez?
Yes, Laura Martinez.
Ah,
Laura Martinez.
good evening, Laura.
Yeah. So, did I say, oh, Lelia. So Lelia's dad was the very first and part of the founding members of the church that is on Sharin in Daly City. And so I grew up there. Her dad actually baptized me and baptized my brothers and baptized my kids. And I got married there and, everything, everything. So I pretty much, when people ask me, I say I went to Follows Church, and it hasn't been Follows Church for a long time, but um, that's what I say. So I have to get in the habit of saying to Foolish Church, because
A lot of
for
history.
forever and a day, I would say Follows Church, and he hasn't been the pastor in eons. So I'm happy about that. Here he comes.
Oh, I like the picture.
I love that picture. Well, he's been on everything. He's been in everything.
Mm-hmm. Big equipment. I don't know.
And is he on mute?
Let's see. He is not on mute.
Oh, he's not on mute.
I don't think so. Hold on.
Mm-mm. No, he's not.
Oh, okay. And now the Golden Gate.
We getting close, Pastor. Pastor, we getting close. So,
At the end. Hold on.
we're going to, oh, First Lady is there. Oh, First Lady, you got to log in. You got to log into the Zoom too in a little bit. There you go, Pastor.
There
Look
he
at
is.
you. You're all sharp.
Well, for you, I have to.
Oh, very nice. Look, okay, I feel like I should go put a bultasi on.
Yeah. How you doing, Sister Annette, Nackie, and the brother Carl?
Yes.
How are you, Pastor?
Finally, the technical stuff, I'm not used to it. So.
Yeah, no, you're doing fine. So, Carl, would you like to introduce the pastor for those that are tuned in?
So if you tuned in early, we were already talking like we shouldn't be doing, but we are very honored to have the pastor from the church that's been known as Follows for a long time. Nackie was going through that. So he is the pastor for the Samoan Congregational Church of Jesus Christ in Daly City. And I am going to make an attempt at the name. Nackie threw this at me. Tiataulogo, Maverick, Taeaonaisaua, Tuufuli. How'd I do?
Just call me Maverick.
Maverick, Pastor Maverick.
Pastor Maverick, welcome. And we also let the viewers know that we appreciate how short notice, and when we say short notice, we mean a matter of hours.
Yes.
So our gratitude for you for making this happen on literally hours notice.
Yes, yes. So real quick, I just wanted to say hi to Lingy, who's checking in from down south, Southern California, and Anna Mahina, Jason Famasili, and Sitonga is on, and Tammy Rodandi from Oregon. We have Pastor Maverick on this evening. He is the new pastor. It's been less than a year, Pastor, that you've taken over, that you were voted in.
7 months. 7 months now.
Yeah, 7 months.
Yeah.
So it's awesome that you get to be here on. I mean, we've been trying to get right when you got voted into the church. I reached out real quick, and then because our FICA podcast is on Sundays, it was hard to connect with you. So not that I'm glad of the whole situation, but I'm glad that we got you here on Zoom and we get to talk to you here.
I remember that day. Yeah, I remember that day. Awesome.
So we got to talking to Pastor and his beautiful wife, First Lady Audrey. We attend their prayer meeting as often as we can, and so we're grateful for that. So many blessings, Pastor, has come out of me, speaking for myself. So many blessings has come out of me being a part. Okay, I don't want to cry. Being a part of that prayer group, because it's connected our family. You know, we're now praying and reading the Bible, and we're learning the language. So we're grateful for that. But for people that don't know a little bit about, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and where you grew up and you know, parents?
Okay. Well, first of all, I thank God for this great opportunity to be with you on your program. Your program is excellent
Thank
for
you,
Polynesian people and small people. And I was, most of my life was raised in Samoa, from the village of Fongkongo. I finished my elementary there at Marist Brother High School. Then I came here in the 70s, early 70s. I attended Taeaonaisaua High School and finished here at Monte Vista in Cupertino. I went back to Samoa and joined the military there. So I left, did 6 years, and I went back to Samoa and joined the reserve back home, and worked in Samoa for all these years since 1982. I worked for the government, for Department of Communication, and I became a liquor inspector under the Department of Public Safety, Police Department. And well, later on, I came to school here in Dominguez, Cal State. Did a bachelor's over there. I was working in the government in Samoa, then I had to leave to attend my schooling. After I was done in '97, I went back and continued my service in the government. Total was 18 years in the government.
Wow.
And almost finished my 20 year, but I left. I came on vacation here, but I ended up staying. Got a job. And,
nice.
Thinking about bringing my family up here in the state, you know, for the kids, continue the schoolings, and you know, there's ups and downs in everything that we do.
Yes.
I worked through the military, still here in Maverick in the Army Reserve. Did 2 tours with Iraq and Afghanistan, and came back, finished my master's degrees in cattle management school. I also worked for the Maverick Police Department and Security Forces for 10 years. After that, I worked for the Social Security Administration for 6 years, and I'm done now.
You're retired.
Yeah, I'm done, but it's a funny thing. Right after I was done, then this calling came up. Nice. And I was prepared to go back home to live the rest of my life with my family back home. But God has a different plan for everybody.
Yes.
So I was voted in to the church, and it was a shocker for me because I wasn't prepared. This was the last thing in my mind. But when God calls somebody, you gotta accept it.
Yes.
What else? I was thinking about Jonah.
Yeah.
When God called him, and he didn't want to do it. He didn't want to accept the calling. But then he got swallowed by a fish. He tried to run away from God's calling.
Yeah.
Apparently, you know the story.
Yes.
He ended up doing God's will. So that's where I'm at right now. All my plans that I had planned for the future, I told my wife, erase all that stuff.
Right.
Let's erase it. This is the new life that God has called me.
Right.
So let's see what God wants.
Right.
God will. So that's why I'm at this. I'm very humble.
Yeah.
Very humble. It's a life of humility now for me.
Right.
Right. I did a lot of. Nobody's perfect. I'm saying I'm unworthy for this job, but God has different plans.
Yeah.
So basically, that's where I'm at right now. Try to do God's will and seek God's every day. What does He want me to do?
Right.
Why did you call me, Lord? Give me something. Give me let me be guided by Your Spirit. So right now, I'm happy. I accepted the calling, and I am so humble.
Yeah.
And I let God guide me where He wants me to go.
That's right. It's his plan. Your plan, your plan doesn't count.
My plan is totally out the window.
Yes, yes. We have Mona Lisa Langford is on. I'm sure you know who that is.
Well, yeah, those
We
are my
have
sisters. Those are my
yes,
sisters. Yeah.
your sister is down south. Reno Tufuli, your family is on. I mean, there's tons of people on right now wanting to hear your story. I think when I first heard that you were going to be the pastor for the church where I grew up in, so I was telling people that were listening early that I was baptized in that church. I got married in that church. I baptized my children in that church. And, I buried my dad in that church, so I have very strong, I have very strong ties to that church. So I will always, forever, that is my church. So when I heard that you and First Lady Audrey got voted in, which I was very happy to hear, I think it's because people connect to the both of you because you're part of the founding members. You and your family were part of the founding members, and it makes it really easy to connect. And you grew up with the people that have grown up in that church,
You know that.
Yes.
You understand the family.
Yes, the family. So it's
the forefathers of the church were Faloki Malu, Saanga, Papauli, Mamea, Masolis, and my dad was the youngest.
Yeah.
So actually, they use him to run around and do their errands and stuff. The young man, 1964.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember we were in a garage on that street. Just a small garage.
It was a small garage, I remember.
Yeah.
And ended up to be this church now. So it's the next generation, I guess.
Yeah, the next generation. And we're really feeling like there's a positive wave that's happening. And I feel that with the prayer group that's going on. It's a totally, I feel I feel connected now to the church even more now than before. I guess I didn't participate before because I just didn't know anybody.
Maybe it's calling you to come home.
Yes, yes. I hear you.
I remember your mother too was involved a lot. So,
yes, my dad was involved. My parents attended church there. They were heavily involved with the church, and bingo was going crazy at that time.
I remember.
The church just the church was, back then all the churches actually were so close, close knit, Angwai's church and,
Yeah, they were.
Feu's, and so.
The elders back then were very close with each other.
Yes, yeah. So I think I would love to see that happen again, and I think we're leading in that direction. With this COVID-19 has brought everybody in the house. Now we're praying at 6 o'clock in the morning where we would just sleep in. You know what I mean? Now we're spending time with our family because we are shelter in place.
It's a different kind of blessing. This
Yes.
COVID-19 shelter in.
Right.
Well, it was meant for us to stay away from worshiping and whatever, but God used it in a different way now.
Right.
We're more closely now through the, internet and
Yes.
social media with prayers and with prayer warriors every morning.
Right.
I mean, it's a good medication for all of us in the morning.
Yes.
Start of our day. And I also heard you guys are taking some more lessons from Faika, which is good.
Yes. Yes. Pastor Faleava, he has a class every week. And so we attend his class via Zoom. He's doing it Zoom also. And that's usually it's on Thursdays at 5 o'clock. And then, but right after our prayer group with you, me and Auntie Mo and a handful of us, we get on Zoom and we read the Bible. We read the Bible, the scriptures, and we read it in English and then in Samoan. And we do this every morning right after class. So that is a blessing.
Yeah. I shouldn't say the fastest way. The best way to learn Samoan is you read the English Bible and you read the Samoan Bible, the same step. You do that every day.
And that's exactly what's happening.
And then you understand and you pronounce the Samoan words, makes you better speaking the Samoan.
Yes.
The easiest way is reading the Samoan Bible and the English Bible.
Yes, I've heard that over and over again, and it's actually happening every morning. We read the Bible in English and in Samoan, and my mom helps us with the if we're pronouncing it wrong, she corrects us, and so it's real. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it, and the fellowship. But it all started from your prayer group. So look at the blessings. I mean, who knows what else is going on? But that's what started from your prayer group, is we decided to learn how to speak Samoan so we can understand the prayer.
In our church now is because our church's tradition is Samoan all the time. But it's the young generation that wants to understand also the sermon and the verses and stuff like that, and the whole service.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to do is Samoan English right off the bat. Right after I say something in Samoan, I make sure they understand it in English. So that helps a lot with the younger generation.
It does. I love that you preach in Samoan and in English, so that both people, everybody can get the message.
Yeah, that's the key. The key is to make sure the littlest one can understand what's going on. The youngest.
Yes.
You can preach Samoan. Samoan language is good. It's a blessing. But then there's a young generation that needs to know the word of God. And they'll understand too.
Right. Yeah, that's what I love, that you're starting to do that. Pastor Lau, who also is preaching now. I love that Pastor Lau is a pastor now, because I hung out with him too.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about past.
No. Pastor Lau, we love Pastor Lau. We love Pastor Lau.
I got a lot of stories with Brother Lau, but that's my brother.
Yes. Hey, we were all sinners, and I'm still sinning. So, I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect, by the way. But one of the things that I noticed, and I was looking at your bio, is that you were in law enforcement in Samoa and in Foster City.
Oh, yeah. In Foster City here. I went to the academy and just couple of years here at Foster City.
Yes. Yeah. So I love that you're still you were interested in law. Carl took some a class in criminal law.
Criminal justice.
Criminal justice.
Criminal justice.
So you guys have that in common. I know all I remember about your family back in the day when I was going to church there, was there's about 50 million of you. I remember you and Shy and Duke and I mean, just there was like tons of you. I just remember there was a whole bunch of you.
Yeah, I remember my my family came in '73 again for my father's schooling here at
Yeah,
Golden Gate University, and then we live right next to the church. Remember
yeah,
that
yes,
house? Yeah, right next to the church, right across from Sun Valley
yes, yes.
liquor store. Yeah, we
And it's
live.
still there. Can you believe Sun Valley is still there?
I can't believe it. When I came back, I saw the liquor store. I said, "Wow." I used to come here and take a lot of apple pies and candies and stuff like
Mm-hmm. Yes.
that. Yeah.
We did want to mention Chief Ngaleai Moali Tele Tufuli and your
Yeah.
mother Molia, who are one of the founders of the church there. And he was very heavily involved in the Samoan community, um, along with your mom.
Yeah. They were really into my mother told me a story about my dad, right?
Hmm.
My dad, his career is a cop. He's a
Right.
law enforcement. He was a cop back in Hawaii in the 50s. And he got a chance here in San Diego County Sheriff's Department. They came from Hawaii to go there for this new job, this
Mm.
deputy sheriff. But then Lole, my auntie Lole,
Yes.
called up Molia and the elders that were here. They were looking for a piano player for the church here.
Yeah.
But my dad told him, "Wow, I came here for his job, his cop job." And then it took him a whole week to pray about it. And my dad decided he's going to leave that and come here and help the church out. So
Wow.
that's how we ended up here, and he became, the pianist for the church because
Wow.
he was scared of his aunts and uncles. So
The old school threat.
from Waya and Lole and New Wedding.
Yeah. Oh wow. Gosh, I haven't heard of
Play
that
the
name.
piano and
I
follow.
haven't heard Nuelli's name in a long time.
Oh yeah, that's an old master right there.
Yeah. Wow, wow. We have tons of people on. We have Hermjul Faataualofa
Oh, that's
Ma'ai,
my
and they're
in-law.
in prayer group. I just can't pronounce
Yeah,
their name right.
Julie and Herman.
Herman,
That's
Julie and
Audrey's my
Herman.
sister. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then they're Lemau Malona
Yeah.
Milikini.
Yeah.
We know Lemau, right?
Yeah.
Sala Malia Tulua. And then somebody said your sister Marlene sends her love. How
Oh,
about
she's
that?
from Congo. Yeah.
Yes, she's in
Marlene.
Fancomo, so
Yeah.
that's awesome. I just wanted to ask you, how are you and First Lady, besides the prayer group, how are you guys doing with COVID-19, like being shelter in place? Is she working? Is she?
He's working from home. Yeah.
Mm.
He works for the city of Palo Alto.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So she can work from home.
From home for now, until and helping me out with the church stuff.
Yeah.
He's my personal secretary.
Oh, okay. I'll let you tell it then. Libo M. Pomele, please send my love to Pastor Maverick.
Oh, those are my family from Moa, Pomeli.
Wow, everybody's here from Samoa. Everybody's tuned in. Thank you so much. One of my favorite things, I think I mentioned this before, from prayer group is Tina, Audrey, her singing, her worshiping in the morning. She has a beautiful voice. Let me just tell you. I love her sing because it's very comforting. And she does have a beautiful voice. So I like to thank you for that.
She loves to praise and worship. That's her thing.
Yeah.
She always loves to praise, and I go along with it. And I gotta play the guitar for her praises.
Yes. You do a good job, Pastor. You do a good job.
She might scold me every time. You're wrong. Oh, wow.
Well, aren't I up at 6 o'clock with you?
Yeah. But that, our prayer groups is growing also. It's nice. We had it since last year, September.
Yeah.
September we began a prayer group, just a few of us. But then nobody wanted to stop it no more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did continue.
Yeah, we're talking about First Lady singing, and Molly Cassidy said she's anointed.
Praise
Okay.
God.
That was a hearty laugh there, Pastor.
Praise God. She is anointed and sing.
Yes,
She
she
loves to sing every time, and I could see it, and it takes me to the Holy Spirit.
Yes. Yeah. Do you golf, Pastor?
Yeah. I started 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny, because I met a friend of mine from the village in Santa Clara. He never came back, but he came a long time ago in '83.
Wow.
And he told me, I asked him, what are you doing now? He said, it's a golf instructor. And I told him, golf? When did a town kid ever learn how to play golf? But then he told me to come in at Santa Clara golf course. He can teach me how to play. So I went along for 2 years, beginning how to, learn how to play golf. And it's pretty, that's the only thing I can do now. No basketball, no nothing, no physical sports.
Yeah.
Just golf. Yeah.
That's awesome. I only asked because I was at last year the Samoan golf tournament that they had in Hayward.
Well, yeah, I was there. Yeah.
And that's where I seen First Lady. Was that I seen her there?
I went there. She won a lot of envelopes, huh?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Did she tell you? Did she tell you she won a lot of envelopes? I don't.
She took me that night at the bar for the golf course. They're giving out awards, right?
Yeah.
And they kept calling her name and giving out an envelope. I said, "Man, you won a lot." I said, "I guess so." I said, "Wow."
Yeah, she's got to be a pro. She's got to be a pro. And then
I guess
she's the so with the I have a question from Neil there. With the decline of membership of Samoan churches, what is Pastor and First Lady thinking of doing to increase attendance?
we're going to try. Well, thank you for the question. What I'm trying to, the guidance of God's will, try to reach out to the communities, because there's a lot. I come around the church now and I see a lot of people walking around, and and also try to remember the old school of churches that we have. Not only us, there's some more churches. There's a lot of percentage going down. I believe it's because of the tradition.
Yeah.
The traditional way. Yeah. So I look at the tradition. This new wave of God is pouring out His Spirit right now.
Yes.
They want the Holy Spirit in the church. That's the key of everything. People want to hear the word. They don't want to hear tradition is good.
Right.
But then tradition didn't save us.
Yeah.
God's grace saved us. His Son saved us. That's the key of everything, I believe.
Pastor, your camera is cutting your head off.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, there you go. Good job, First Lady.
He's holding that. He's holding that phone.
Pastor, was there a moment in your life, like an epiphany moment, where you felt the calling to the word where you were going to change your life, or how did that come about?
Well, Brother Carl, it was like I said, it was a shock to me. All my life, I've been, I'm not a perfect person also. I've been through a lot of stuff. And then all of a sudden, this calling came upon me on that day. Actually, the truth is, I voted for somebody else.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I did. I voted for somebody else for a whole year. I campaigned for that person. But then Samoan, our elders came from Samoa to conduct the voting. They asked me to put my name on the voting ballot.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him, no, I just got my Aoao coffee last
Mm-hmm.
year when I went to Samoa to bless my Aoao.
Yeah.
But then they asked me 3 times on that weekend. And I told them, no, please let me get used to this Aoao title
Yeah.
because I'm glad that, doing the job. But they told me, no, all the Aoao's name is going to be in the hat, no matter what.
Wow.
So I told them, all right. They called me back in the room. We had a meeting, all the elders from Samoa and all what was ever running for the Faika hours. And I was the last one they were waiting for. So I told them, okay, you had spoken, you wanted me to be in the voting. Okay, I cannot do anything anymore. Go ahead, just put my name in. Not knowing anything. But then when they call up the voting, people voted, and they counted the voters. I was crying already because I keep hearing my name,
Right.
and I was asking God, why you put me in this? What's going on? Why? What do you want from me? And then it hit me. It hit me. I cried for a whole week, maybe
Oh.
2 weeks. I couldn't understand. Try to find out my answers. Like my whole life changed. Everything that I wanted, it just stopped. And I cried to God, please show me why I'm not even worthy for this. So let me know. So the second week, I called in our office and I told them, well, I have accepted God's calling. It's in my heart now. The first thing is I fear God now. I'm so humble. You cannot play around with this kind of calling. You got to be very careful. You got to seek
Yeah.
God's will every minute of the day. So that's when, Brother Carl, that's when I knew God had a totally different plan for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a plan to go to Samoa, take care of my family.
That's
So
awesome.
When when you're playing so the long, and we have a bunch of other things to get into. Looking at your bio, I love hearing and reading about people's past. In prayer group, when one of the things that's not on your bio is guitar and how well you play the guitar. That if I could play music, I would put that on my bio. But you and the First Lady make such, you playing guitar and her singing is so soothing to the prayer group. Um, how did you and the First Lady meet?
how did we meet?
Yeah.
Was like I said, our lives in the past, it was just for the world, right? I used to be a doorman, you know, at a club, this famous evil club in Evalani in Pampanga back in the days. I was a doorman there for a long time. It's not a good life. Uh, my wife, I met Audrey. She worked with my mother. And every time I would go pick up my mother from work, I always see her over there with my mother, and they would come out together. So we became friends, we started knowing each other. But then we became closer friends. And I was scared of my mother because my mother and my wife, Artie now, they were like mother and daughter.
Oh.
But she would always take my mom for a ride after work. And I said, oh God, I don't wanna hurt my mother's feelings. But you know how God worked things out.
Yeah.
She accepted it and she looked at me, Maverick, man, what this was you get from me coming picking you up every time. So that's how we met. She worked with my mother at the election office. Yeah.
Very
Wow.
nice. Pulefano Tufuli sends love.
That's my
Um,
brother.
it's your brother. La Reagan also sends love from Vegas.
My brother is He's a captain, police officer in Samoa.
A captain.
Yeah. So he's been there
Wow.
for a long time. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Continuing the family's tradition.
Yes.
Yeah.
The law.
So you've got
The
you've
law.
got more degrees than like 3 or 4 people put together, and
For
you're
real.
working on your doctorate. Is that something that,
Recall, I was using my GI Bill. That's the use of the GI Bill.
and you should.
That's
People need
awesome.
to know that.
That's
Um,
awesome.
is that something that runs in your family, the higher education, or was there somebody that you looked at and said, hey, they've done it, I can kind of see how that's done?
Yes, my father used to teach at American Samoa Community College, and he was a senator also, and he always talk about education, 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 education. And all my nieces and nephews, they all attended college and university. My brother Pat, my younger brother, came and got his degree also. So it's a good thing, you know. People say, hey, you know, Samoan people, go get a job. People will not know that. No, the kids nowadays need to go to school. Need to
Yeah.
continue. Education never stops. Even now, I'm taking classes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking classes even now. Because it is COVID-19, I'm taking online classes.
Yeah.
I'm still using my GI Bill. You know.
That's awesome. From the
That's really a
military,
point
you're getting your education.
Yeah, that's a point we wanted to stress, is that you know, you're learning, you're growing, and here's a pastor that is not done learning, not done with education, and taking classes from your house. You know what I mean? There's something to be learned there, is that continuing to grow and learn and educate, and especially using the tool. You know, there's a lot of Pacific Islanders that are in the military that don't take advantage of the GI Bill as much as they could, and I think that's a good point to be made.
There's always a chance if they don't take it, their sons and daughters can use it, or their wives can use it, or their husbands can use it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they can use the benefit, education benefits.
Great point.
So even my wife used it too. Me and my wife, you know.
Awesome. With Jake Tu'u Tupua Alofatu, Pastor Maverick.
It's my brother from my village.
Ah, I think the whole American Samoa is on right now watching.
You know, the village boys.
I would just like to tell Fano that when I get to American Samoa next year, I would like the police, a police parade when I get there.
You know, Nackie, you can interview him over
yes,
there.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. When we get to Samoa next year, Fano, look out, I'm gonna come look for you.
You'd be glad you do it.
Yeah.
I let him know too.
With the whole family in law enforcement, what do you think of what's going on in the world today with the Black Lives Matter situation, or George Floyd, what happened, you know, that whole craziness of.
Yeah. Well, I pray, we pray for them in our from in the morning prayers. There's always a way, you know, the devil always has ways to get in and ruin, you know, get involved with things, right? There's a lot of peaceful protesters too. Those are the people I respect and admire. Right. You know, you got to respect them, what they're trying to do. But then there's always a other side of them. They do it the wrong way. Mm-hmm. They don't remember Martin Luther King, the way he walked in protests. You know, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
It seems like the movement is getting more traction now, because the images of peaceful protest are what's being put out there now by the media. The first 2 weeks, there may have been peaceful protesting going on, but it never made the news because there were buildings burning and people looting and all those kind of things. It's good to see the images being now put out there of people marching and protesting and doing it the right way. I was concerned about that the first couple of weeks because those never made the media.
News. They never made it to the media. Yeah, I support justice. You know, right. What happened was totally wrong. Yes. I support the justice. I do, but there's a way of doing to speak our voice,
Yeah.
let the world know. It is wrong. Everybody saw it was wrong,
Yes.
I mean, I was a cop. I know when you're down, when a man is down on his belly, cannot do anything, and he's cuffed. What you going to? You don't need to do excess force.
Yes.
It's all common sense.
Yeah.
Common sense. You treat others as you want to be treated.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, what is the plan to expand the church? Like, I mean, like, just because it's you and First Lady, like, I am willing to, you know what I mean? Like, I want to come back because we're going back to, and not that we're going backwards, but we're going back to our foundation, where it was good, where our foundation was good, and it's, I don't want to say pure, not to offend anybody, but just that it's, we're going back to our foundation. We know we know your family, we know every, you know what I mean? Not everything, but we know that we can trust you.
There's a lot of things that God can lead us to within the community itself. You know your environment where you're at.
Mm.
You know what people need, right?
Right.
And try to, like the Bible said, feed the poor.
Yes.
You're supposed to love the poor and feed them, no matter what.
Yes.
You don't feed ourselves, no.
Yes.
The key is trying to change it around. Like God came here, or Christ came here for the poor and the needy and heal the sick, the sick. That's what the church needs to go back to, the basics.
Yes, the basics.
Yeah, the basics. We stray away from the basics because we got, sometimes when we get blessed so much, we forgot how we got blessed. We forgot who God blessed us with all this stuff.
Yeah.
So we need to go back to the basics and maintain our spiritual service for the community. That's what I'm focusing on, God willing. If it goes with God's will, But that's the thing. Also, the Samoan community.
Yeah.
In California.
Yeah, it's a great, I don't know, it's just a great feeling, and it's a lot of positive vibes, I say it all the time, but it's a lot of positivity having you and First Lady there at the church. And we're grateful for the space, and we're grateful that you're there to teach all of us, and to give us the words that we need to hear.
No, I thank you guys for your prayers. Prayer is a weapon that we all use. You pray for me, and I pray for you, sister.
Yeah.
That's how we build each other up. Yeah.
I'd never been a part of a prayer group before, so joining, and my workday starts at 6. So I'm on. Sometimes I'm not on. Other times.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I actually spoke to my work so that I can participate in the prayer group regularly. And I think that's Nackie and I had talked about this on the podcast about the things that are important to us: family, our spirituality, our love. Those things COVID-19 put us in our houses, but the things that we really love and we really want to do, we're still able to do. We're still able to show love to our family. We're still able to pray or worship. We're still able to congratulate people. We just have got creative ways to show it. So, I thank you for having that out there. And I think that's why I found it, is because it's there to be found. But yeah, and that's something that Nackie and I've always said. If you want it bad enough, you're gonna prioritize it and make it happen. I talked to my work, and they said, long as you're getting the job done, then you're fine. So I'm looking forward to not only the prayer group, but the Bible study after, which learning the language has been a big plus for me through my life. So all those things tie in through a lot of what you've done and what you've built. So I wanted to thank you.
Well, thank you for the call. I know you're working hard, working man. Don't worry, we will mention your name no matter if you're not there.
Yes, we do. We
You
do.
and Nackie, because you guys are doing God's work too. You know
Oh,
that?
thank
Thank
you
you,
so
Pastor.
much.
Informing the community, informing the, especially the Polynesian people.
Right.
God wants you guys, that's you guys calling. Don't forget that.
Yes.
Yeah,
No,
that's you
no,
guys
I
calling.
totally.
Yeah.
Everybody has a different calling
Everyone has a different calling, and
for
this
the
is
glory of God.
for the glory of God. Yes. You know, we do this because we want people to see people like yourself, you know, following your passion. Like I found this late in my life, you know, I'm not a spring chicken, but I found it late and it makes me so happy and to know that we're highlighting yourself and First Lady, you know, Audrey. And so like Carl said, you know, the prayer, this has been important for us, you know, and so there's 24 hours in a day, and if you really want to do it, you make the time. So that we love. I love that. Lilia says, "Amen for the glory of God." So yeah, and
You guys
I'm
are
not
doing a
really,
great job.
yeah, I'm
Thank you,
not really.
Pastor.
Thank you, Pastor. We appreciate you and First Lady. And I know FICA podcast is probably sick of us because we talk about you guys every episode.
Hey,
But
no,
there's
don't worry about it. Let God take care of it.
that's what we do though, is we try to find people like yourself, and it's so fulfilling to be able to find. And we're like, well, I guess we'll just start finding them, and then there's more and more and more from all different walks of life, and to be able to present people that are winning in life at all. You know, you don't have to be a millionaire, Hollywood's biggest star, or wear a helmet to be winning in life. There's people that are winning in life that are PIs that everybody needs to see. So having people like you makes our job just that much easier.
So much easier.
I know you guys go through a lot of troubles too and difficulties uh, regarding setting up your programs and stuff like that. But same with me, with this calling and everything.
Yeah.
But God wants us to go through it so we can build our faith up.
Yes.
Like I told the last prayer meeting that we have to go through the fire.
Definitely.
After we go through the fire, then we're pure as gold.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about it.
Right.
Any Christian that call himself that they didn't go through the fire is a fake Christian.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Pastor, you know what? We just we don't want to hold you up anymore. Is there anything or anyone like First Lady you like to shout out? And then if you don't mind, the people that ask us for the prayer link, is it okay that we give it out?
Sure. Go
Okay.
ahead. Give it up. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Any last words you'd like to give us before you leave?
Well, I pray that God continue to bless you, Nackie and Brother Carl, and your families, and your mom. And we will also be involved in the prayer meetings. And it's a joy for me and my wife to hear you guys and see you guys on prayer meetings. We always remember you people, like I said, has a calling. So God is with you no matter what. Okay?
Yes. Yes.
You always be in my prayers.
Yes. Thank you so much, Pastor. We can ask everybody that's on right now if you can share the link so that people can hear Pastor's story. And then if you're interested in the prayer group, send me a message and I will send you the link for the prayer group. It's at 6 a.m. every morning. And it's like either 30 minutes to an hour. And it's just a really, really, really good start to your day.
Yeah, we have some people from Samoa, and American Samoa also sometimes comes on our prayer meetings.
Yes, and because of Zoom, you can join in from wherever you are. From wherever you are. Well, Pastor, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
We appreciate you and First Lady. God bless you and thank you.
God bless you. Thank you, Brother Carl. God bless you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Share.